We're gonna talk about funny characters who aren't comedians in sitcoms. It'll be easy to talk about comedians that are funny in sitcoms like Martin, Jamie Foxx. It'll be easy to do that. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do people that aren't comedians. Like, that's not the actual profession. Like, they're not stand-ups in sitcom. Carlton for the Fresh Prince. Although Will, everybody growing up always thought Will was also a comedian, but they just didn't realize he was just a comedic actor. Like, I don't know, even when people be talking about it, sometimes they try to say him. Maybe they don't anymore, but back then they definitely did. It's like, he's not a comedian, he's just a comedic actor. Like, even him and Bad Boys, you know, he was funny too. So it's like, I don't know how he started to be such a good comedic actor. I don't know how that happened, because I feel like Fresh Prince was his first like comedic acting role. So I don't know how he was able to do so good. I don't know. I heard Will talk a lot about certain things. I've never necessarily heard him talk about that. I'm sure you have. He got a book too, so maybe he talked about it, but I don't know how he was able to be so good at comedic acting. I'm about to say it. He not comedian, so I could say him, but Carlton was just funny to me. So him and the dance he used to do, didn't at the episode, he ran around the whole dang on set. It didn't. Sonny the Seal. It's not at the wheel. Well, 45, 95. Oh, what a deal. It's Sonny. I think he's trying to buy Will a cake or something. I think it was a cake. Don't quote me. It did. That time, Will beat up this character that little Nikki, like, and they was wrong for that. People don't talk about this enough, but Nikki went from being a baby just born to being like 5 or 6 or 7, but however he was, that was crazy. They just, sitcoms, they used to do whatever they want to. Obviously, they changed on people. People talk about them changing certain characters. Even my wife and kids, they changed Claire, etc., child, and they changed her, and all these sitcoms, Judy, they just left her. We never heard from her again. Like, they didn't care what they did back in the day. I'm surprised shows these days don't do that, but yeah, that was crazy. But then too, and he was good too as dramatic acting. That time, oh no, Will was actually the good one. When they Will had got shot for him, and then Carlton went to go get a gun. Then they was in the hospital, and they that's why it made sense when they transitioned for Fresh Prince to do the drama portion of it. That's why it don't make sense for Martin to do it. I don't know if they still doing it or not. I know they doing one that we'll see how that works out, but I haven't heard them say anything about Martin anymore. But that's why that didn't make no sense, because Martin, they never really had a serious scene. One time him and Gina was seriously fighting, breaking up, that was kind of serious. And then him and Tommy fighting, it was kind of serious, but not really. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is deep dramatic acting. But like in Fresh Prince, the time his daddy left him again, and him and Uncle Phil had that moment, that was dramatic. Then the time he was about to take, I can't remember what the pill was, some pill to keep him awake to study or something, and Carlton ended up taking them because he thought it was like a bad pill or Tylenol or something, don't quote me on the exact pill, and he started dancing hard, and they was like, dang, what's all right? He passed out because he was on the dance floor at the dancing all hard and passed out, and we just start crying at the hospital saying it was his fault because Carlton tried to cover for him. It was just very dramatic. And he was then switched roles. Will was in the hospital because he jumped in front of the bullet pretty much for Carlton to get him out the way, and then got a gun. Carlton went to get a gun and showed Will it. Will's, you help me. And then Carlton gave him the gun. Like, they was doing some good dramatic acting. They was switching out on him always. They don't get no credit for that. Switch on and switch off that they was doing. But yeah, Carlton and him together as a duo was funny, but Carlton was pretty fun during the time. He bet Will to be in they go to the hood pretty much to survive, and then he came back and everybody loved Carlton, and then they was about to take Carlton to Lamar Park or something like that, and I don't know, California, so I'm guessing that's what it was, and Will didn't go because it's dangerous, so he ended up calling him Phil. But they said, oh, you died in the mouth, you call it mama. Like, it was the whole thing. Then the time they was on the game show, he took Carlton instead of one of his best friends. I can't remember the other dude's name, but obviously he had that jump for the other one. On the game show, he kept having these long answers to answer the question, and then he would end up getting it wrong because he would run out of time. It was just, like I said, this is a lot of funny moments from Carlton. I feel like I talked a lot about Carlton. So next, heard is from House of Pain. Not the new House of Pain. I don't know about this new House of Pain. I don't watch it. I tried to watch a couple episodes and it just literally was a drag and was not good. But the House of Pain from back in the day was so funny. Like Curtis was so funny. Just like his mannerisms and his facial expressions. Like he was very like, I'm surprised he's not a comedian. Like I even had to look it up. I'm surprised he's not a comedian because even like his shoulder lean that he used to do or does, I don't know if he still do it, but shoulder lean that he used to do, and even recently I watched the Tyler Perry play from back in the day. It was Why Did I Get Married? It was a play from back in the day. Obviously it became a movie later on, but it was first a play. And he stole the show in there. Like he was hilarious. He had the audience laughing. You can tell he was improv and doing stuff. And he was like the comedic relief. He was hilarious in that. That's why I know, Tyler Perry is like, yeah, I got to keep working with him because he was just so funny. And he just clearly kept it up in House of Pain. He's so funny. Like I said, his facial expression, you're like that shoulder lean and him and like Ella. And how, you remember he used to run around? Yeah, what time he was talking about the dojo? I don't know what he was saying, but he was trying to be with the gong and like I don't know if he was trying to meditate, what he was trying to do. He told me he wanted to go to Asia. I don't know what he was doing. That was a funny episode. I haven't seen House of Pain in a minute, only because I used to watch all the time, but I haven't seen it in a minute, only because the new House of Pain is on, and you don't never know if when you get in the newer one or the old one. You say House of Pain, but you don't know which one it is. You would have to click on it to see, and I just don't want to click on this. The new one, and it's just too much. So I ain't watching them, which is a shame, because like I said, it's just so funny. It like Curtis, he really did it. Like he was comedic relief. He probably kept it on for all that time back in the day. Like just too funny. And then I feel like when they brought it back, he was like, I don't know what was going on. They made him almost creepy, and it was less funny. Like I said, watched a couple episodes and I couldn't watch anymore. They just made him so different. And it was just weird. Like I said, maybe he's better now. Like they made the character better again now, but it's like I don't know what was going on with that. So, but that's that. I can't. Like I said, he's very comedic. He's very theatrical. In serious moments, he would be the comedic relief. And he'd cut the tension and everything. It just was hilarious. Next, we're gonna go with Junior from My Wife and Kids. Junior from My Wife and Kids. It might have been easier for him because he was alongside Damon Wayans, but he was a comedian. Yes, he was around, Damon Wayans, and then, around the Wayans family, because even Damon Wayans Jr. was on a few episodes as Junior friend, and I think, another son was, another Wayans was as his friend as well. So it's like, yeah, you working with them, so you may pick it up, but everybody don't pick it up. So for and honestly, Gina, I said Gina, but Gina from Martin on there, as Jay, she played Jay on there, which is his wife and Junior's mother. She was really funny too, but she was also funny alongside Martin. So it's like she works well alongside comedians. And she's able to be funny with them. This wasn't about her, but I was thinking about Junior. And then I was thinking about David. Maybe he's just able to make people funny. You know what I'm saying? Like even him having other comedians on there. Like Kat was on there. He was a breakout. Even D-Ray was on there. And he was funny on there as well. So, but yeah, Junior did really well. I even feel like he had Damon Wayans laugh at and Marlon be like, this hard to make him laugh. So he used to be, even though he probably wrote it or had something to do with the writing of it, so he knew what the joke would be, but clearly he still found it funny when Junior was delivering it, maybe even added some stuff, his own stuff. I don't know if he did or not, but Junior is just really funny. Like he was playing like the dumb character, a lot of them sitcoms back in the day always have to have a dumb character on there. Cole from Martin and Kim from the Parkers, we're gonna talk about too. Kim from the Parkers. And etc. I always got to be like a dumb character on a sitcom. I'm using air quotes, but the Junior is just really funny on there. Like I say, he made Damon Wayans laugh, so it was funny. And also, for everybody, three of them to be funny, like I said, Jay was funny, Junior was funny, and then obviously Damon Wayans was funny. So Michael Kyle. So for them to, and honestly, I'm thinking as I'm thinking about all the characters. Claire's a little funny. She was ditzy too. Why was all that kids dumb? She was dumb too. She was ditzy. Then they had Franklin. Yeah, Franklin was hilarious as well. Blinky doos, what these are the greatest shoes? Like, what? Yeah, that was funny. That was them Wayans, but and everybody just always see it around him. Obviously, the family. Booyah Shaka. Junior was funny, but he just thinking about how funny he was. He just made me think about pretty much the whole cast was funny. Only person who wasn't really funny was Katie, was because she was a little girl, but everybody else was pretty funny. Even then, they brought in Junior, baby mama, daddy. He was funny too. Yeah, he was funny too. So that was just a funny sitcom. Okay, we're gonna talk about Jason from the game. Jason from the game was so funny to me. Like, just the comedic moments he had. And either too, he got brought back on Papa's house. He was dating the lady. I always think her name, the lady from Half and Half. Dee Dee from Half and Half. He was on the episode. He played her ex-husband. He was funny on that. He looked pretty much the same, which is crazy. And it's all these years later. But Jason, from the gang was really funny. Like, he literally was hilarious. Just comedic relief for real. Like, extremely funny. Malik was also funny too. Like, Malik got funnier. They were just a good duo. And Tasha was funny too. Like, then TT was funny. So that was a good funny cast too. But Jason, I'm trying to think who was funny, Jason or Malik. Because Malik is on the list too. Because they were both funny. I guess it depends on the season. I feel like they just got funnier as the seasons went on. Like, I haven't seen the game as much. I've seen the other sitcoms. I'm recently watching it now. Maybe they weren't as funny in the earlier seasons. They were, but they just got progressively funny. I don't know if they got comfortable with the character or somebody else came on a ride or they started doing improv. I don't know what it was, or ad-libbing, but they just both got funnier and funnier. Just like it was just so good how funny they were. But so subtly too, with the jokes. Now, next I'm gonna talk about two people for Veronica Mars, to Weevil and Logan from Veronica Mars. They were both funny. Like I said, they were like the same character, just key differences. Like the race, they were different races, and the wealth was different too. One was wealthy, one was poor, but they were equally funny. Like the jokes they got in and said, and how charismatic they were, was just like perfection. Like the jokes they told, especially for them to be high school kids, they were just so good. Like, it was like witty and charismatic, but they also was like bad boys, but they were like charming. Like it was everything. They really ate that Veronica Mars. I can't think of Pacifics. Maybe I don't know if I feel like doing clips. If I could find clips or something and put them in here, but we'll see. Let me just them being like hilarious, but it'd be probably hard to find Veronica Mars clips because I think Veronica Mars now is on Netflix, but it'd been on Hulu for a minute now. But now Netflix, they got it probably for a little bit, probably a couple of years. Okay, next we got Darius from Atlanta. I have not seen all of Atlanta with Charles Gambino. I haven't seen all of Atlanta. I've seen the first two seasons. The first two seasons are really different, but Darius, Lakeith Stanfield character on there, it was hilarious. Like, I only seen the episodes once, so I put just memory of seeing it once, but Darius, character is really funny. Obviously, it was meant to be funny and weird, but Darius' character was extremely just funny. Another charming, funny, weird, awkward, but like in a funny way. Like, he really put it there very well. Weird for girlfriends used to eat them up. Like, he used to be funny. Like, out of everybody, I think he was the funniest. Like, so I'm trying to choose a person that is funny. It wasn't a comedian on there. So out of everybody, he was the funniest. Like, it was one time he ate all of them up one time because he wasn't mad because he got left at the altar. He used to just be hilarious. I mean, him and John together was a good duo too, because they were just for us the theatrics. I mean, one time she was trying to teach him how to dance because he had like a bucket list or something he wanted to do, and one of them was like learn to dance, I think. And she was teaching him, but she looked the man. She was doing the mess. He had on a little fishnet shirt and some leather pants. And then after she was acting a fool, he was trying to mimic it. He wrote down, okay, number 33, how to teach you that can actually dance. That was just hilarious. But he had like extremely funny moments to me. Like, everybody, he was probably the comedic relief. Mr. Pro from Three's Company. When I was thinking about it, Christian was slow on there too. I guess it was funny, but not. I feel like Three's Company, every episode was them hearing something wrong or thinking something that was happening that wouldn't happen, and it would be do the whole trickle effect down. I feel like that was most of the episodes. Most of the episodes was that thing, but I was thinking about everybody. Mr. Roper and his wife, that was weird. I don't know what that dynamic was. I don't know what that was supposed to be. But Mr. Furley, he was always overreacting and shaking his face and being dramatic, child. He used to always overreact and and shake his face, and it's just a child. Mr. Furley is the dude from Andy Griffin, the other sheriff. I mean, the person that worked with the sheriff or whatever in Andy Griffin. Yeah, obviously he worked a lot alongside Andy Griffin. It's so funny that's him when I think about it. But Mr. Furley, I guess I don't know if I was thinking about Three's Company. I guess he would be the comedian lead, only because he would be so dramatic and he just didn't know what was going on half the time. But that's all I got. It's probably more, but they're all I could think of for me to be like that I thought was funny. Reese from Lethal Weapon. This is another Damon Wayans. I don't know if it's really a sitcom, but I did want to talk about it. It's more of a show, but I just thought it was funny. Again, I was thinking about Dave Wayans. Reese was really funny too. He was like the comedic relief on there, which is strange because Dave Wayans is, but he's playing a more serious role, and Riggs was playing a more free role. It's the opposite person that plays a more free role has more range to be funny. Like, I thought he did a pretty good job. I was obviously got stuff happened between them two, and it was downhill, but their chemistry on camera was great. I don't know what they were doing off camera, but on camera it was on. I don't know. That's how you know you're good at it. When you really don't got chemistry with somebody, but you make it work and make it look like I got all the chemistry in the world, like perfection. Like, he was really funny on there, but like I said, to me, Lethal Weapon the show is better than Lethal Weapon the movie. Like, I went back to watch the movies and they weren't good, but Lethal Weapon the show, way better. I'll take those 2 seasons, 3 seasons. I'll say even the 3 seasons over the movies any day. But without the movies, obviously we would have a sitcom. But I thought Reeves was really funny on there, like sarcastically funny, also charming. But like it was just a whole thing. I don't know, but he did really good. I want to see if they try to reboot it again. It ain't gonna be as good, but try to do it again. Try to stay messed up, because I feel like Lethal Weapon will still be going on to this day if Danny Wayne and him got along. He just still be going on to the day. It was so good. Then they tried to bring it back for the not bring it back. We'll continue with the 3rd season with the guy from American Pie. But child, he knew. But like I said, Breeze is funny. Like he was funny, but like I said, he had more leeway because he was so free. He didn't really care about living because his wife and child, she was pregnant that in the past, and so he was just able to be free and live life from a year's child.